Hello students, in this video I am going to explain torque on a current carrying loop placed in a uniform magnetic field. Let us start. Here we are considering two cases. The first case is when the magnetic field is in the plane of the loop, and the second case is when the plane of the loop is not along the magnetic field but makes an angle theta with it. So let us discuss the first case. Here this is the rectangular loop ABCD with uniform magnetic field B. Let theta be the angle between the plane of the loop and the direction of the magnetic field. The axis of the coil is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Let I be the current flowing through the coil as shown, and the rectangular loop is having the dimensions of B and A as shown here. If you look carefully, the field will exert no force on the arms BC and DA of the loop, and the force on the arm AB will be given by I into B cross B, because we are aware of this formula that force on a current carrying conductor when placed in a magnetic field will exert this much force. As it is perpendicular, so it will exert the force of I B into capital B, and the direction of this force is in the plane of the loop as given by the Fleming's left hand rule. The force on the arm CD will be given again by the same formula. That means the magnitude of the force on the arm CD will be equal to the magnitude of the force on the arm AB, and the direction of this force will be out of the plane of the coil, again by the Fleming's left hand rule. Both these forces are equal in magnitude but their direction is opposite, so the net force is 0, but the pair of these forces will produce a torque. See here, this is the force F2 due to the arm DC and force F1 due to the arm AB. And if you view this rectangular coil from the side AD, we will obtain this diagram. That is, the torque will tend to rotate the loop in anti-clockwise direction like this about the dotted line of axis, and we are aware of the torque formula. It is force into perpendicular distance. So the force is F1 and the perpendicular distance is A by 2. Similarly, for the second force F2, the perpendicular distance is A by 2. Let us put down the values in the formula. So we have obtained this equation. Putting down the force from the earlier calculation, that is I B into capital B, and the distance as A by 2. Finally, we have obtained this, where AB is the area of the rectangular loop. So torque we have obtained as I into A into B. Now let us consider the second case, where the plane of the loop is not along the magnetic field but it is making an angle with it. See here, like this. This is actually the generalized case, and the angle between the magnetic field and the normal to the coil is theta. The forces along BC and DA are equal and opposite, and hence they cancel each other, resulting in no net force or torque. Due to this arm and this arm, there will be no net force. So let us see for the arm AB and CD. The forces on the arm AB and CD are F1 and F2 as we have given the notation earlier. They are also equal and opposite with magnitude, which is given by the same value, that is I B into capital B. But the only difference here is that now the force is not collinear. and if it is not collinear, so a torque appears which is less than the earlier case as the perpendicular distance increases. See here, again we are trying to view the rectangular loop from the AD side. So F1 is the force on AB arm of the loop and F2 is the force on the arm CT of the loop, and we have obtained perpendicular distance as a by 2 sine theta. So calculating the torque on the loop again by the same formula, force into perpendicular distance, we have obtained this expression. Rearranging the terms and writing down in terms of the area of the loop, that is IAB sine theta it will come. So as theta is approaching towards 0, the perpendicular distance between the forces of the couple will also approach towards 0. This makes the net force or torque as 0. The torque in both the cases can be expressed as the vector product of magnetic moment of the coil and the magnetic field. See, in the earlier case we have obtained the torque as simply I into AB, and here we have obtained one more term, that is the sine theta. So let us now write down the torque in terms of the magnetic moment of the coil and the magnetic field. The magnetic moment of the current loop is written as I into A. The direction of the area vector is found by right hand thumb rule and is directed into the plane of the paper. And we see that the angle between M and B, that is the magnetic dipole moment and the magnetic field, is theta. So the torque equations can be written as M cross B, because it will satisfy both the cases. In first case it is perpendicular, so it will come out to be MB, and in the second case it will be MB sine theta. The above term, this expression, is analogous to the electric dipole of the dipole moment P when we have done in electrostatics. So the torque in electrostatics we have written as dipole moment P cross product with electric field E, and both the expressions are similar. Unit of magnetic moment is ampere meter square. We can calculate it from this formula only. And the torque vanishes if the magnetic moment is either parallel or anti-parallel to the magnetic field. When magnetic moment and magnetic field are parallel, it shows stable equilibrium, and when they are anti-parallel, it shows unstable equilibrium. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.